Imagine this. You're polishing your Harley in the driveway. Your pride, your freedom, your soul on wheels. Suddenly, Karen stomps up, not with a complaint about noise, not about oil stains, but with a demand. My son deserves that Harley. Hand it over. You laugh, thinking it's a joke, but she's dead serious. Hours later, squad cars surround your home. Karen's pointing at you like you're a criminal. What she doesn't know? The man stepping out of the unmarked SUV isn't just a friend. He's the state attorney, and he's here for you. For me, riding my Harley Davidson wasn't a hobby, it was therapy. When my wife passed away 5 years ago, the bike became my way of breathing again. Long highways, roaring engines, wind tearing grief out of my chest. Neighbors waved when I rode past. Everyone respected the Harley, except Karen. Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA, cornered me one morning while I was detailing the bike. "That Harley is too loud for this neighborhood. It's a nuisance." I smiled. "Karen, it's quieter than your leaf blower at 6 a.m. Her jaw clenched, but she didn't argue. Not then. 2 weeks later, she returned, this time dragging along her 19-year-old son, Chad, a lanky kid with sunglasses smelling like vape smoke. Karen planted herself in my driveway. "We've decided my son needs a proper vehicle. That Harley will do. You'll hand it over." I laughed, thinking it was a bad joke. "Not for sale, not for anyone." Her smile vanished. "You don't understand. I'm not asking, I'm demanding." I leaned close. "Then you don't understand. This Harley is family." She stormed off, promising, "You'll regret defiance." Days later, I started noticing strange things. A fake violation notice on my mailbox. Unauthorized vehicle storage. HOA letters threatening fines for excessive oil leaks, though my driveway was spotless. And finally, an official-looking paper taped to my garage. "Surrender motorcycle immediately." Karen was forging HOA documents. I knew she was pushing for a confrontation. Saturday morning, I was waxing the Harley when the wail of sirens echoed down the street. 3 police cruisers pulled up. Officers stepped out, hands on their belts. Karen strutted behind them, waving papers. "That's him. He stole property. He's hiding contraband in that motorcycle." The lead officer approached. "Sir, we received a report." Before he could finish, an unmarked black SUV rolled in behind the cruisers. Doors opened. Out stepped David Alvarez, the state attorney himself. And he wasn't just my old friend. He was my brother-in-law. Karen's smirk faltered as David walked right past the cops and clapped me on the shoulder. "He giving you trouble, Jack?" I grinned. "Not me, she is." Karen's face went pale. Wait, you know him?" David turned, his voice sharp as steel. "Ma'am, you filed a false police report. That's a felony. Do you have any idea what you've just done?" The officer's stance shifted. They weren't looking at me anymore. They were staring at Karen. Karen tried to backpedal. I was just enforcing HOA rules. That bike doesn't belong." David cut her off. "You forged legal documents, harassed a grieving veteran, and attempted grand theft. That's not HOA business. That's criminal." The cops cuffed her on the spot. Chad shouted, "Mom, this is stupid," before running off down the street. Neighbors peeked out from curtains, recording everything. Karen's reign was over. Karen was charged with filing a false police report, harassment, attempted grand theft. The HOA board voted her out unanimously. My Harley, it gleamed brighter than ever. And when I rode past the courthouse weeks later, I caught sight of Karen sweeping the sidewalk in an orange vest. Community service. I revved the engine once, slow and loud. She flinched. Later that night, David and I shared a drink on the porch. "You know, Jack, that Harley isn't just freedom, it's justice on wheels." I raised my glass to justice and to never underestimating the wrong biker.